That's a question for you, then, Mr. Frye, because I want you to be miserable at least for another couple minutes. Because I'll ask you a couple of questions even on top of that.
No, I'm enjoying this. You're taking good care of the show, partner.
Well, Don, they want to know why. What did you never get an offer to wrestle in WWE or WCW, or were just after New Japan you went back to Pride? That was it.
No, before I signed with New Japan, I was contacted by WCW, and I told him, I'm gonna bring my brother with me, and I called up Scott Ferrazzo. Hey, Scott, I'm going to go down there to Georgia to do an interview at WCW. We got to talking, and I said, well, shit, why don't you go with me, too? So I brought Scott Ferrazzo and my younger brother Bill with me, and they didn't appreciate that I had Ferrazzo with me, And he said, well, I knew you bring your brother, but, the other guy. And so that didn't go anywhere. But Scott, the following week he had lined up an interview with WWE or WWF, and for both of us, and we went up there. And Scott was a used car salesman, and Scott went in there with the used car salesman mentality, and told them how we were going to run the show. We were going to come in there. We were going to change everything, and we were going to be the world champions, and we were going to do this and that. And they asked us to leave.
So your spokesperson, Mr. Frozen, there kind of got you ejected.
Oh, that's okay. I like Scott. I'd rather hang out with Scott than people I don't know.
Nope. That is one of the things about professional wrestling that I think it's kind of a shame because it's a very cliquish.
Yeah.
It's cliquish. It's I don't know what's a better word of even using with that. You have to be. You have to know somebody. It's very political. I guess that's another way of looking at it.
Right.
You have to know somebody there at that company.
High up there. Doesn't matter if you know the janitor, but you got to know the people way up there have the pull.
Yep, that's the same because there are some wonderful, talented wrestlers, professional wrestlers on the independent scene that will never get that opportunity. So that I've seen on different shows.
Right.
Well, that takes us. Let's go to this question then. Like, what's your guys' opinion on Vince McMahon?
I don't know Vince McMahon. I met him once or twice, and that's it. Shook his hand, and that was it. That's all. I don't know him.
Yeah, my 2 cents that I'll chime in on there, Tony, is that I work for him. Only really met him just again on a handful of times, and he was always very very kind, very respectful to me. But I wish I would have known a little bit more as to how much I could have taken control of my character, my future. I did not know how much input. I did not have anyone directly that I was working with. I mean, Jim Cornette was kind of like my mouthpiece to the creative team, and he was looking at ways that I should be the best ways that I should be utilized. And for whatever reason, he and Vince Russo just butted heads a great deal. So that did not go over well at all. I think they're just more headbutting sessions than anything. So I'll just simply say it was just a missed opportunity on my part altogether. But at the same token, how did that change things, or how, maybe we may not be here today having these discussions right now, because I'll see that everything happens for a particular reason. And here we are today. Had everything gone right for me back in 1984, I would have retired way back then in 84, and I would have been a high school wrestling coach or a junior college or a college wrestling coach. And I would have been a teacher as well. So I'd be like either, teacher Dan or professor whatever Dan, and I would be doing something at some high school, junior college, or college, and teach the sport of wrestling. So that was still my first love, and that's what I hope to be doing for at least. I keep saying until I'm 70, but it's kind of going, wow. Really, it's not that far off anymore because it's only 7 more years. As I go, eesh, maybe I better start set some more goals for myself.
I will tell you something. Back when I was doing the pro wrestling for New Japan, and WWE came to Tucson, and I went down there to see Steven Regal and Kurt Hennig and some of the other boys. And one of them introduced me to Stephanie McMahon. And I just stood there. I'd never seen somebody who's so pretty in all my freaking life. And I was like, da, da, da. And she said something, and I go, yeah, hey. And she said, oh, you Canadian? No, I just lost a lot of money playing cards with them. I never played cards. I never played cards for money. She was just so beautiful.
You're just a little tongue-tied.
Yeah, she was so beautiful. I was just saying stupid shit. If she just said, here's a contract, we'll give you $1 a day, for next 10 years, I'd have signed it,
Wow.
Yeah. I just thought she was just gorgeous.
Huh. Well.
Well,
it's it's a good story. I mean, the McMahons have been around a long time, starting with Vince McMahon Sr.
Yep.
to Vince McMahon Jr. And probably that the hands of the company will probably turn over to
Shane,
the son Shane, and daughter, and the Hunter, all probably all three. They'll probably be the running things.
Have you guys ever met Shane? Either of you?
Yeah, I've met Shane before. Yeah, at the different shows.
He seemed like a really nice guy. Really nice. Yeah. I just shook his hand, spoke to him for a couple minutes, but he seemed like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He really likes the UFC, the fighting.
You guys should get a hold of him. He does a really good job in the ring too. Like he gets in there.
He does.
Yeah, he puts on a hell of a show. And the bumps he's taken. Yeah. I remember watching him get thrown through a plexiglass at the show pay-per-view with Kurt Angle, and the first time he went, he bounced off of it.
Yeah.
And they didn't want him to do it again. And Shane's like, "No, we're doing this shit." And Kurt, threw him through it again, and he went through it finally the second time. And then it was double-sided. They had a few panels, so they wanted to come back through it. Same thing happened again. Threw him through it, bounced off of it, landed on his head, and then it was crazy. That guy's he's something else.
Well, they love the sport, and they love the money from the sport.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're an amazing family.
Yep.
So Don,
you said it all.
Call it a sport, the entertainment factor, I guess.
but they are athletes. They are, like all of you. What they do, like you guys said many times, you were hurt way farther in your professional wrestling careers.
Oh yeah.
Like Dan's, almost got paralyzed. Jeez. So, Don, do you have someone asked about a beef with Paul Heyman? Do you guys have some beef?
Paul Heyman.
He's the guy at ECW.
ECW,
he was owner at
ECW,
and then he's the one that you'll see with Brock Lesnar all the time.
I don't think I've ever met Paul.
Yeah, I didn't think
if
so.
I did, it was just a handshake.
Yeah, I was just wondering because it says one of the questions here asked, "What's your beef with Paul Heyman and how did it start?" I don't remember you ever mentioning that.
No, I like him. I think he does a great job. I think he knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
He's funny or shit.
Yeah, Rohit Verma. I don't know what it's from. That's his guy's name.
No, I met Paul a couple times. He's funny. I think he's funny.
Yeah. All right.
I have no heat with him. If I have heat with him, it's from him. I don't know what I did wrong.
Well, we need to figure that out and hash it out here.
Yeah.
Here you go, Dan.
I'm here.
This guy, Carl Jacobson, he says, I want to ask Dan Severn if he ever knew the Steiner brothers, Rick, Scott.
Rick and Scott.
Yeah, they're both amateur wrestlers in Michigan.
Yeah, they both came from.
They went to high school. I mean, they grew up in Michigan, right? And they go to high school there as well.
Yeah, they're from. Boy, I'm just drawing a blank right now. What high school they went to? I mean, they were from the Art Door. Same area right there. Oof, I'm just drawing a blank right now. But they were. I mean, they were good high school wrestlers, and they ended up going to college at the University of Michigan. And it was kind of funny because the head coach at that time was afraid of ever taking any kind of disciplinary action against either one of them for fear of the repercussions.
Yeah, I heard they were quite wild, mean. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly, I guess, what it was. They just had reputations of having just kind of a wild side, but then also, they definitely protected each other's back. So yeah, Bay City, from the Bay City, Michigan area, but I do believe they both live in southern states now.
Georgia now, I think Georgia.
Auburn's Western High School.
Rick ran. He's selling real estate down there, in Georgia, and he ran for political office somewhere down there.
Yeah, I just know, I told you that they're both from the Bay City, Michigan area. That's where they're from originally. That's where they went to high school, and they went to college both at the University of Michigan, and then they got involved in the professional wrestling world with Scott. Turned out to be a Big Papa Pump. And then Scott Steiner just went by his acronyms of Scott Steiner, and wore headgear and marking.
That was Rick went by his own. He went with the headgear.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you had a senior moment there, Dan. You mixed up names.
Okay, again. Once again, the good thing about that, though, later on they're down, all you can do is keep remembering only one joke, because 5 minutes from now, Dan will forget. You can just tell me the same joke again. Yeah, and I'll probably still laugh.
Yeah. I have to explain it to you again for the 7th time.
Probably. Yeah, exactly. Draw out that diagram. Once again, I don't get it.
Okay, Dan. Here we go.